Alyssa if we haven't met before. This practice will be a 30-minute flow focusing on the Manipura chakra. We'll flow through a dynamic sequence, really getting your body moving and building strength and balance as well. Enjoy! Let's start this practice at the back of our mat in a Japanese child's pose. Knees together, feet to touch at the back of your mat, hips sink down to your heels. Maybe you'd like to place your arms reaching out in front of you or lengthened beside you. You can place your forehead on the mat if that's comfortable for you. And just really focus on lengthening your inhales and exhales here. Allowing your breath to bring you to the present moment. I like to bring awareness throughout this practice to the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura chakra. It spins a vibrant yellow and is placed in our stomach area and centers around your willpower, self-esteem, and personal identity. Let's focus on the power and the strength we can bring to this practice as well as balance. Come to a steady state with your breathing, connecting into your mind, connecting in with how your body's feeling at this point in time. This yellow energy increases awareness and stimulates curiosity. How can you activate that power? On your next inhale, rise up to a kneeling position. Reach your arms overhead and then cactus your arms so your elbows are in line with your shoulders, really squeezing through your shoulder blades. Maybe a mini back bend is in store for you. Palms facing forward. Maybe you'd like to slightly engage through the glutes as you lengthen through your spine even more. One more breath. Exhale, release back into a child's pose, reaching your arms behind you. Inhale to reach up and rise up to a kneeling cactus bend with your arms. Exhale, flow through Japanese child's pose. Inhale to reach up, kneeling position, really squeezing through the shoulder blades, looking straight ahead. Exhale, child's pose. Reaching your arms out in front of you, we're just going to start a gentle twist, a gentle rotation in the shoulders, placing your left palm down. Bend your right elbow as you press into your right palm, softly looking over to the right. Just place your neck wherever feels comfortable for you. Really want a gentle twist in the upper back. Let's come back to center and rotate towards the other side. Left palm down, right arm reaching forward, and softly gazing over to the left. Big inhale. Exhale, release back to center. Let's twist over to the right. Really activating through our shoulder blades. Exhale, release. Inhale, gently twist over to the left. Really soft in the neck here. Exhale, release. Let's come into a neutral tabletop position now. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And just feel the energy exchange between the earth and your body and how that creates power, vibrancy, and strength. Inhale, exhale. Lengthen on your inhale. And tuck your toes, lift your knees about 2 inches off the ground. Let's wake up the core. Really pushing through the earth with your palms, fingers spread wide. And you want to soft tuck at the tailbone so you can activate all through that midsection. Stay with me, guys. Couple more breaths. Can you reach any further? And let's exhale, release, lifting our hips and sinking back into our first downward dog. So you might need to look into your palms and just readjust them. Can you melt your chest any further back towards your thighs? We really want to create a really long spine here. So if you need to, bend through the knees to lengthen through that lower back. And then as you inhale, lift up high on the knees, shift forward to your high plank. And we're going to come through a flowing motion in just a moment, but let's hold our plank, really pushing through the upper back. Bending through the knees, we're going to sink our hips all the way back down to our heels and then lift our hips into our downward dog. So inhale, come high on the balls of the feet, shift forward to your high plank. And then exhale, bend through the knees, shift your hips back, down dog. Inhale to shift forward, high plank. Exhale, move back like a wave, down dog. Inhale to shift forward, really reach high on those balls of the feet. Exhale, release, downward dog. Do a couple more like this in your own time. Really focus on the fluid motion and how you can protect your spine in this posture. Maybe you'd like to see if you can reach your toes pushing through any higher. Just one more like that. And we'll meet in down dog. Really pushing through your palms and your feet, really activating that energy through the earth. Really lengthen the spine here. And just take a moment to settle in, relish in this flipped perspective. Inhale to look forward at your hands and walk your feet to meet them, forward fold. And just hang out here for a moment in our ragdoll position. Maybe you'd like to grab opposite elbows. Please make sure you're looking after your hamstrings and your lower back in this position. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Big inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Just release your arms whenever you're ready down to the ground. Inhale to lift and lengthen the spine, reaching your chest forward. Maybe you'd like to reach through the hamstrings as well. Your fingertips can either be resting on the ground or on your shins. Really lengthen and engage through the back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Let's repeat that a couple more times. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Can you expand through the heart space any more? Exhale, forward fold. Can you get your chest to your thighs a little bit more? Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to roll all the way up to standing, arms overhead, palms to touch. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center, Samastiti. Just take a moment here to focus on your intention for this practice and throughout your day. Maybe you'd like to come along with me on a solar plexus chakra journey. Inhale to reach your arms overhead, palms to touch, maybe mini back bend. Exhale, hinge from the hips, bow back down to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step both your feet towards the back of the mat, high plank. You can always lower the knees if you need. Otherwise, coming along with me, really pushing through your palms and your feet, pushing away the earth, doming through the upper back, slight tuck of the tailbone to engage that core. Let's fire this up. Let's activate our Manipura chakra. One more inhale. Exhale, release your knees, untuck your toes, and shift your weight forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. Exhale, shift back through to child's pose. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders over wrists. Let's warm up the wrists here, give them a bit of activity. Exhale, release, child's pose. Inhale to shift your weight forward, shoulders over wrists. And let's lower down halfway, elbows at a 90 degrees, and push back up. Lower down halfway and push back up, really activating the triceps here. Hug them nice and close into your body. Let's lower our body one more time, holding, and then exhale, release all the way down onto the earth. Let's straight away come into our cobra pose, so leaving the palms where they are underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lift your chest up, squeezing through the shoulder blades. Softly gaze down so that you don't crunch through your neck. One more inhale. Maybe a slight squeeze of the glutes to activate and protect the lower back. Exhale, release down onto the ground. Let's practice a couple more like that. So inhale, lift and lengthen, really squeezing through the shoulder blades, keeping your elbows nice and tight. Exhale, release down to the earth. Inhale to reach up, rise up. Maybe you'd like to have your hands off the mat this time. Exhale, release. Let's place our fingertips on the outside of our mat, elbows pointing up to the sky for a striking cobra. Inhale to lift and lengthen, maybe a little bit higher than your cobra. Make sure you're not compressing the lower back. Exhale, release down to the earth. Inhale to expand through the heart space, activating the glutes. And then exhale, lower the right shoulder to the ground, looking over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower the left shoulder, looking over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, looking over to the left, right shoulder down. Inhale, come back to center, reaching up one more time. Exhale, release, looking over to the right. One more reach up, and let's lower all the way down. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. And on an exhale, we're going to push back up into high plank and then shift our hips back up to the sky, downward dog. Really feel the stretch through your hamstrings here. Inhale to look forward to the top of your mat. Exhale to step your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing, palms overhead. And then exhale, release, bow back down to the earth. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through to your high plank. Maybe you'd like to come through on your knees again. Otherwise, if you're coming with me, knees off the mat, shift forward, shoulders over wrists, lower down halfway, and then lift up to your back bend of your choice. Mine's upward dog at this point in time. And exhale, downward dog. This is our Vinyasa flow, which you're more than welcome to skip and just meet us in downward dog if it's too much for you. Please note this is your practice, modify as you need. Big inhale here. And let's look towards the top of our mat, stepping our feet to meet our hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll your spine all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, bow back down to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, place the hands, step your feet back to a high plank and shift through your flow. So high plank to low plank or chaturanga, shifting into a back bend of your choice. And exhale, release into your down dog. Really trying to lengthen the spine each time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to look towards the top of your mat, step your feet up to meet your hands, and then big toes to touch, heels separate a little bit as you sink down your hips, sitting into a chair, reaching your arms up beside your biceps. Chair pose, Utkatasana. You really want to tuck the tailbone here, so again you can engage through that midsection. Maybe you like to place your hands at heart center if you've got shoulder problems. This is your practice. Take what modifications you need. And really zip up the legs here, really engaging through the thighs, the quads, the glutes. One more breath in here. Exhale, release, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back to a high plank and shift through your Vinyasa flow, or meet us in downward dog. Make sure if you're doing up dog, your thighs and your knees are off the mat, and engage through the glutes. Inhale to lift your right leg up to the sky, and then exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Try and keep your shoulders square to the ground here. Inhale to come back to center and exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and step your foot in between your hands. Set up for your low lunge. Maybe you'd like to lower the knee. You can always lower any limb in yoga, so take your practice. Inhale to reach your arms back and lift your torso up, arrowhead. Really engage through that back leg, lifting really high up on the ball of the back foot. Make sure your front knee is tracking over your front ankle, and squeeze through the shoulder blades as that energy surges out through the fingertips. This is a really strong pose. Engage through your Manipura chakra, and then balance on your right leg as you lift your left leg to the sky. Aeroplane pose, Tadasana. Can you reach through your left leg, flexing your left foot, squeezing through the shoulder blades, reaching the energy out through your fingertips. And then exhale, we're going to curtsy tap towards the opposite side. Left fingertips softly grazing along the mat. Left foot softly reaching over to the right. Inhale to come back to our aeroplane pose. Exhale, standing splits. Fingertips both reach onto the earth. And let's extend through that left leg even more, maybe pointing the toe this time. Take a soft bend in your right knee if you need. Maybe testing your balance. Bend your right knee softly and bring your left knee behind your right. And then as you straighten your right leg, extend your left leg behind you. Let's repeat that a couple more times, bending through both knees, bringing your left knee behind your right. Bit of a glute squat. Next, inhale, see if you can slowly come up all the way to standing without placing your left foot onto the ground. Bring your knee into your chest as you grab your left knee with your right hand, slowly twisting over to the left, extending your left arm out parallel behind. One more breath here. And then exhale, let's see if we can slowly hinge at the hips and placing our left foot back behind us for our crescent lunge. Reaching our arms up to the sky, soft bend through that left knee so you can really lengthen through the spine. And just breathing here for a moment. Really feeling the energy surge through your feet, through your thighs, torso, out through your arms. And really connecting with the Manipura chakra here. Exhale, release into your warrior two. Spin the back heel down, heels in line. And then reach your arms parallel out in front of you, softly gazing over the third finger. Make sure you're pressing through the outer blades of the feet, really creating strength and energy from the earth. Inhale to reach forward, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Feel the stretch through the right side of your body here. Let's create some dynamic movement as we shift forward, reaching forward. And then exhale, let's reverse our warrior, shifting forward. Exalt. Let's straighten through our right leg as we hinge our arms, reaching forward, coming into our triangle pose, our Trikonasana. Have a soft bend through the knees here so you're not locking them out. And you really want to expand through the chest so it's like you're a piece of toast in a toaster. Don't dump all of your weight into your front foot. Really lifting up, engaging through the core. And then exhale, let's bend through the front knee, plant both your hands onto the ground, and then lift your right arm up to the sky as you twist over to the right. Still engaging through the legs here. Exhale, let's release, step both feet back to your high plank and come through your Vinyasa flow, relishing in the back bend of your choice. And then we'll all meet in downward dog. Just take a moment to reset here. Inhale to lift your left leg to the sky, bend your knee and open your hip. Try and keep your shoulders square. Can you press the inner thighs away from each other? Let's come back to our three-legged dog. And then exhale, let's bring our knee to our nose. Inhale up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, and step your left foot in between your hands. Set up your foundation here. Make sure your feet are on train tracks, not tight ropes. And then when you feel as though you've got enough energy surging through your feet, inhale, reaching your torso and your arms back for your arrowhead. Really squeezing through the shoulder blades here, softly looking down. You should be able to feel engagement through your legs. And then when you're ready, really grounding down through your left foot as we prepare for our aeroplane pose. One more inhale. Exhale, lift up, shift your torso forward, lifting your right leg off the ground for our aeroplane. Reach your right leg back even more. Reach your arms back a little bit further. Really flexing through that right foot. Can you feel your midsection engaging here as you create stability and strength within your body? And then exhale, let's curtsy tap towards the opposite side. And then inhale back up to our aeroplane pose. Exhale, standing splits. Hands down to the earth, reaching your right leg up even more, maybe pointing through the toes this time. Maybe you'd like to test straightening out your left leg. This is a very challenging pose, so be kind to yourself. Exhale, let's bend both of our knees, our right knee coming behind our left. On your next breath, glide it up to the sky. Bending both our knees, let's bring our right knee behind our left, and then with a surge of energy, lift it up to the sky. On your next inhale, can you roll up all the way to standing without placing your right foot onto the ground? Bring your knee into your chest as you place your left hand onto your right knee, slowly twisting over to the right arm lengthening out behind you. Really engaging through that left glute so you can build strength and power within your body, within your mind. I'll shift to the other side so you guys can see me and you won't be burdened with my back. Stay in this pose though. One more breath. Let's come back to center as we slowly hinge forward, reaching our right foot back behind us, coming into our crescent lunge. Soft bend through the back knee as you reach your arms up to the sky. Really lengthen through the spine. Engage through both legs. Inhale to breathe in. Exhale, release into your warrior two. Back heel spins down, heels in line. Check with that front knee that it's tracking just over your ankle here. And then really reaching out through the arms, feel as though someone's pushing down. Inhale to reach forward, flip your palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Really feeling that stretch through your side body. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to reverse your warrior. Let's reach forward, extending one more time. And as we reverse our warrior, let's prepare for our triangle pose. Straighten through our front legs so both legs are straight. And then exhale, we're going to hinge the torso forward, keeping the arms, lengthening them in opposite directions. Really open up through the heart space here. Try and guide your spine backwards so it's nice and expanded. Then exhale, place your right hand onto the earth as you rotate towards the left, reaching your left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, place both hands down, step back through to your high plank, and either come through your flow or meet us in downward dog. Take a big inhale here. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale to shift forward, lower the knees. And let's roll over to a comfortable seated position, legs out in front of us. Maybe you need to scooch forward. Hugging both knees into your chest, placing the soles of your feet onto the earth. Let's prepare for our bow pose. Going to roll our shoulders back, and then we're slowly going to sit back onto our sit bones, maybe lifting the legs off the ground. If that's okay for you, maybe reaching the arms forward, really activating through the core, really lifting up through your heart space, making sure your spine's nice and long. And then exhale to our low boat as we lower down. Inhale, reach up, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale to reach up, high boat. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, release. Hug your knees into your chest. Pause a moment. And let's come to a comfortable seated position again. This time we're just going to rotate through the shoulders. So placing your left palm down onto the ground, reaching up through the right. And then exhale, shift over to the other side, right palm down, left arm up to the sky. And let's just repeat this for a couple more rounds. Maybe you'd like to create some big circles with your arms. Maybe reaching your torso forward. Reaching up through the right arm. One more time each side. And whenever you're ready, slowly come back to center. Let's slowly lower onto the ground, nice and slow, really engaging through the core. As you softly place your forehead down onto the ground, hug your knees into the chest, really tucking them in like a tight little ball. Maybe rocking from side to side. And then placing your soles of your feet onto the ground, maybe windscreen wiping your knees to each side, really releasing through the lower back here. And as we come back to a neutral position, let's bring our right ankle over onto our left thigh. If this is enough for you, just stay here, pushing out through the right leg. Or if you would like more, maybe lifting your feet off the ground, bringing your knees into your chest, maybe grabbing softly your right shin, or maybe reaching through the gap and holding on to your left thigh. You should feel a nice juicy stretch through the right glute here. Really focus on guiding your tailbone long along the earth so it's nice and flat. So the area is focused on your glute muscles. And just breathe here. This is a reclined figure 4 position. You might also be familiar with pigeon pose. This is the other way to do it if you've got really tight glutes. Exhale, let's release and swap over to the other side. Left ankle onto your right thigh. And then either keeping both feet onto the ground or lifting your knees up. Slowly bringing them closer in towards your chest. Maybe grabbing onto your left shin or reaching through and grabbing your right thigh. And just focus on breathing into that tension area here, breathing into that glute. Usually we have lots of lower back pain that is caused by really tight leg muscles. And let's slowly release. Whenever you're ready, we'll slowly come into a seated position, so rolling over onto one side and then pushing yourself up. Maybe you'd like to do some rolls through the shoulders, rolls through the neck. And then softly placing your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly. Really feeling into this space, feeling into your Manipura chakra, that vibrant yellow spinning in your stomach region. I'd like to show you a quick guided box breath. So let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whenever you're ready, slowly come back to normal breath. Bring your hands to heart center. Namaste. Hope you enjoy.